Shut up! Hello everybody, it's Crackdown Gaming, and welcome back to the Stanley Parable. You all know what this is, so let's get... Words. Words are not my thing. You all know what this is, let's just get right back into it. Whoa. It's been a while. That's sensitivity, though. Sensitivity? Sensitivity. Okay. So basically what I'm going to do today is... I'm basically just going to do every other thing he tells me wrong.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting.
Someone farted and it was fucking gross.
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
Yes, I did. And then I went this way. Alright. Yeah, it's been a while. I'm not used to the sensitivity yet. Feels really loose compared to last time.
Yet there was not a single person here either. Feeling a wave of
just
disbelief,
ignore that.
Stanley decided to go up to his boss's office, hoping he might find an answer there.
I don't know. Will I find an answer there?
Coming to a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office.
Yeah, no, we're going downstairs. Screw that. I don't want to go upstairs.
But Stanley just couldn't do it. He considered the possibility of facing his boss, admitting he had left his post during work hours. He might be fired.
Yeah, I do that all the time.
And in such a competitive economy, why had he taken that risk? All because he believed everyone had vanished? His boss would think he was crazy. And then something occurred to Stanley. Maybe, he thought to himself, maybe I am crazy. All of my co-workers blinking mysteriously out of existence in a single moment for no reason at all? None of it made any logical sense. And as Stanley pondered this, he began to make other strange observations. For example, why couldn't he see his feet when he looked down? Why did doors close automatically behind him wherever he went?
That is another good point. And who spilled their coffee?
Were starting to look pretty familiar. Were they simply repeating? No, Stanley said to himself, this is all too strange. This can't be real. And at last, he came to the conclusion that had been on the tip of his tongue. He just hadn't found the words for it. I'm dreaming, he yelled.
Acid.
This is all
I'm on acid. No, I'm on acid.
Relief Stanley felt to have finally found an answer, an explanation.
I'm kidding, by the way.
His co-workers weren't actually gone.
Or am I?
He wasn't going to lose his job. He wasn't crazy after all. And he thought to himself,
I mean, that's up for debate.
I'll wake up soon. I'll have to go back to my boring real-life job pushing buttons. I may as well enjoy this while I'm still lucid. So, he imagined himself flying and began to gently float above the ground. Then he imagined himself soaring through space on a magical starfield, and it too appeared. It was so much fun, and Stanley marveled that he had still not woken up. How was he remaining so lucid? And then perhaps the strangest question of them all.
Dude, what's happening right now?
One he was amazed he hadn't asked himself sooner. Why is there a voice in my head dictating everything that I'm doing and thinking? Now the voice was describing itself being considered by Stanley, who found it particularly strange. I'm dreaming about a voice describing me, thinking about how it's describing my thoughts, he thought. And while he thought it all very odd and wondered if this voice spoke to all people in their dreams, the truth was that, of course, this was not a dream. How could it be? Was Stanley simply deceiving himself, believing that if he's asleep, he doesn't have to take responsibility for himself? Stanley is as awake right now as he's ever been in his life. Now, hearing the voice speak these words was quite a shock to Stanley. After all, he knew for certain, beyond a doubt, that this was in fact a dream. Did the voice not see him float and make the magical stars just a moment ago? How else would the voice explain all that? This voice was a part of himself too, surely. Surely, if he could just...
Alright.
He would prove it. He would
Calm
prove
down,
that
guy.
he was in control, that this was a dream. So he closed his eyes gently, and he invited himself to wake up. He felt the cool weight of the blanket on his skin, the press of the mattress on his back, the fresh air of a world outside this one. Let me wake up, he thought to himself. I'm through with this dream. I wish
I can
it
still
to be
kind of
over.
see through his eyelids.
Let me go back to my job. Let me continue pushing the buttons. Please, it's all I want. I want my apartment, and my wife, and my job. All I want is my life exactly the way it's always been. My life is normal. I am normal. Everything will be fine. I am okay.
Did I just have an existential crisis
Stanley
in a game?
began screaming. Please, someone, wake me up. My name is Stanley. I have a boss. I have an office. I am real. Please, just someone tell me I am real. I must be real. I must be. Can anyone hear my voice? Who am I? Who am I? And everything went black.
Well, that's not very nice.
This is the story of a woman named Mariella.
What?
Mariella woke up on a day like any other. She arose, got
This
dressed,
is the Stanley
gathered her
parable.
belongings, and walked to her place of work. But on this particular day, her walk was interrupted by the body of a man who had stumbled through town talking and screaming to himself, and then collapsed dead on the sidewalk. And although she would soon turn to go call for an ambulance, for just a few brief moments, she considered the strange man. He was obviously crazy. This much she knew. Everyone knows what crazy people look like. And in that moment, she thought to herself how lucky she was to be normal. I am sane. I am in control of my mind. I know what is real and what isn't. It was comforting to think this, and in a certain way, seeing this man made her feel better. But then she remembered the meeting she had scheduled for that day, the very important people whose impressions of her would affect her career, and by extension, the rest of her life. She had no time for this, so it was only a moment that she stood there, staring down at the body. And then she turned and ran.
Alright, well that was just painfully short, so I'm gonna try and do another ending. I didn't know it was possible to die in this game.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Okay.
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
Yes, I did.
Yet there was not a single person here either. Feeling a wave of disbelief, Stanley decided to go up to his boss's office. Hoping him coming to a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office.
Oh, I can go this way. Well, that's not very nice. Not gonna lie, that scared me a little. I can hear voices through the music. What? Is this just a joke? Alright, no, you gotta do something here. I'm gonna press a button and just kind of wait for a while and see what happens. Alright, that's enough of that. How long was that? That just spent like 8 minutes standing around in there. Can I open this door? I can. Is that a reference to something? I want to flush the toilet. Can't flush the toilet. Okay. Can I wash my hands? No. Open. Bathroom's haunted. Alright.
Stepping into his manager's office, Stanley was once again stunned to discover not an indication of any human life.
I was stunned.
Shocked, unraveled, Stanley wondered in disbelief who orchestrated this. What dark secret was being held from him? What he could not have known was that the keypad behind the boss's desk guarded the terrible truth that his boss had been keeping from him. And so the boss had assigned it an extra secret PIN number. 2845. But of course, Stanley couldn't possibly have known this. Yet incredibly, by
But I did know
buttons
this.
on the keypad, Stanley happened to input the correct code by sheer luck. Amazing. He stepped into the newly opened passageway.
I did. What's over here? Oh, nothing. Yeah, nothing. Button.
Descending deeper into the building, Stanley realized he felt a bit peculiar. It was a stirring of emotion in his chest, as though he felt more free to think for himself, to question the nature of his job. Why did he feel this now, when for years it had never occurred to him? This question would not go unanswered for long.
Oh.
Whoops. Nope. Never mind. Stanley actually got back into the elevator and went back up. Silly me. Why did Stanley do that when he knew that it would just lead back to his boss's office? Well, that's a great question.
I didn't mean to press the... Well, I did press the button, but I didn't expect this to happen. Anything different?
Here we are, Stanley. It's your boss's office. Exactly the way it was before you got onto the elevator. It's still just exactly what it is. What a decision you've made to come up here and look at the office again. This has fleshed out the plot of the story in new and fascinating ways I could have never anticipated. It's that keen eye for storytelling that you have, an incisive rapid fire of critical plot points, one after the other, weaving a rich tapestry of uncompromising narrative. Wow.
Judging by your shitty
To the
tone,
edge of my seat.
something's in here, isn't it? I can mess with something. What is it? Probably help if I could see anything. Yeah, I know. I'm blind. I need glasses. But I don't want glasses to make me look like a nerd. Okay, open the door now. No? Okay. Alright, back down the elevator.
Now he's getting back into the elevator and going down again. Ladies and gentlemen, how does he keep coming up with all of this?
I'm built different.
Surely this time Stanley will walk forward into the spooky corridor, won't he?
No, I want to press the button.
Did you think we were going to go forward down the spooky corridor? No. It's time once again to go back up in the elevator.
Damn
I
right.
can't even begin to grapple with what might be up there. Is it the boss's office again? Or what if it's the boss's office this time? The suspense is killing me.
I know, shit's crazy. Hey, I wasn't facing that way. Hey.
Oh my god. It's the boss's office.
Oh.
This absolutely changes everything for me. Give me a timeout here for a minute while I process this.
Oh. Motherfucker really just put me on hold. Fine, you know what? Screw you.
Okay, I'm ready.
Oh.
I'm prepared to embrace this stunning revelation and to move forward with... No! No, wait! No! I need more time to process.
Are you doing this because I'm being a smartass? Because this doesn't deter me from being a smartass.
All right. I have fully come to terms with it. I have made space in my worldview for this astonishing new reality. As before, I turn to your expert eye for gripping narrative, Master Stanley.
Alright. Well, if that's the case, I think we need to go back down the elevator.
Going back down in the elevator. How did I not anticipate it? I mean, sure, now it's obvious, but you have to understand that 30 seconds ago, this kind of thing had never been attempted before. I had
know.
no frame of reference to even anticipate it. That's
Does anyone
just
else even
how
know what an
elevator
elevator is?
Stanley's decision-making is a breath of fresh air in a landscape of storytelling that has grown stale and repetitive.
In modern gaming, yeah. Alright. Oh, psych. I'm so going back to press the button again.
You know what? I've just thought of something. Hold on,
It's going
let's stop
faster.
for a moment. Don't you realize? It's the anticipation, Stanley. You and I, we have no way of knowing what will be at the top of this elevator. But the
I know.
suspense, the agony of waiting and anticipating and having to guess, that's the real thrill.
It
I
could be a
simply don't let
McDonald's
that
up there.
feeling go. It's so precious, so fleeting. Why don't we take this elevator ride nice and slow? There we go. Isn't this so much more exciting? You know, Stanley, it seems
Yeah.
like nowadays the only thing that audiences want is to be shocked as loudly and frequently as possible. They want
I know,
big,
right?
explosive moments flung right in their faces from the very moment that things get started. But where's the tension? Where's the trust in the audience to build a slow and nuanced appreciation for the story, the characters? Why aren't we given time to imagine the surprises? To have to think,
I know,
to
it's
anticipate,
getting
and
annoying.
then to marvel at the eventual reveal. This is storytelling, Stanley. What you and I are doing right now. This is the most exciting narrative to be developed in years. And it's really all because of you.
Compared to a lot of things,
You're
yeah.
the one who took this bold step of revisiting the exact same locations over and over. Truly, I mean it. This
I know,
is
I'm like
unique
Call
and
of Duty
different.
up in this bitch.
It's not like anything else out there. You see, I want stories that surprise me, Stanley. I want to have to think. I want to be engaged and not pandered to. We're being fed such unimaginative drivel all the time, and we all know it, which is why we're so starved for content that makes us feel sharp and vital and alive. That's why people like you so much, Stanley. Because you're not afraid to spit in the face of tradition. You're a role model, you know.
Yeah, fuck tradition.
People look up to you. Which is why, though I didn't know when to
That's a
spring
shame.
this on you, but, well, I've gathered a little press conference for you. So that you can talk about
You
your
did?
work and your storytelling and your life. Yes, I know you're not much for the public eye, but I thought it would especially mean a lot to the people who have been following you from the beginning. They really look up to you, Stanley. I don't know if you realize
Sorry about
the
that.
impact you have on them. This is the kind of gesture that might leave a tremendous impact on them for the better. Oh good, we're here. Okay, the room where we're holding the press conference should be just around the corner here somewhere.
Yeah, I didn't actually think this would, like, lead anywhere. I was just doing that to annoy the voice.
Ah, yes, here it is, just through this door. All right, are you ready? I've told them you're going to speak a little bit about the nature of surprise in storytelling and what it means to craft a truly unpredictable narrative. Oh, don't worry, you'll do great. Just be yourself and speak from the heart. I'm really proud of you, Stanley. Okay,
Really?
it looks like they're ready for you. Go get them.
Oh, I promise, I will disappoint. If I'd stop running into things. Shut up! Aw. That was my moment. You took it from me. How could you? I was so happy. Never mind. But, okay. Yeah, I wasn't actually expecting that to do anything. I was just messing with the voice. But, yeah. Okay. I think this is a good place to end it for now. Anyways, thank you all for watching. And I will see you all in the next video. Have an awesome day, everybody.